darling, welcome back. Where's my present?
Oh, it's over there.
It's not another glass horse, is it?
No, it's a dressing gown.
Oh, how wonderful!
It's nice and thin and highly suitable for Africa.
Just what I wanted. Thank you, darling. It's absolutely charming. I'm mad about it.